Salute, salute, salute. Bow, bows. Nocturnal, man, what's happening? Real quick video, and I'm gonna get out y'all way. I just wanted to talk about the episode of Blood, Sweat, and Tears I watched. The second episode with Devin Haney and Loma. I always like to see Blood, Sweat, and Tears behind the scenes, the all access. You know, I like to see the grind. I like to see the sweat, training in the gym, working on different movements and mechanics, hitting heavy bag, speed bag, working on your reflexes, you know, doing things creative. See how explosive a fighter look. See how his conditioning look. I'm gonna say Devin Haney definitely looks big. He definitely looks strong. It's gonna be interesting to see what he looked like on the scale. But as far as the training, the little sneak peek we got to see in his training, you can see he's doing a lot of work on them legs. So we're gonna have a strong foundation. And we see him working on a lot of like power shots, really sitting down and digging and ripping heavy, strong power shots to the body. We all know that Devin Haney got that superior jab. You know what I'm saying? So we got to see that. We seen Loma doing some of his old school training with the rings, doing push-ups, which requires a crazy amount of, you know, balance and just all around, like, for you to be able to balance and do push-ups on those rings. That's something that you can't just do in a novice position. You have to work your way up to that, from doing push-ups to doing push-ups on a elevated level, to doing push-ups on something that can move around, then to doing it on the rings, which is not stable at all. So you working on every single little bitty, you know what I'm saying, muscle, stabilizing muscle, just to keep you from falling, and then actually doing a push-up. And we seen him doing some other stuff. We seen him waking up like 5 o'clock in the morning, putting on the roller blades, and, you know what I'm saying, uphill, working on a full body first thing in the morning. We seen Devin Haney eating like a heavyweight, you know, with his nutritionist fixing him, I don't know, some fruits and some scrambled eggs and oatmeal or whatever the case may be. Go check it out, because I definitely didn't get whatever his diet is correct. But he's eating big, and he looks big, and he looks strong. So we've seen the sweat from both of these guys, the training and the grinding. We've seen the tears. We've seen the tears. We've seen Lomachenko with his country at war, Russia invading Ukraine, and him, you know, going over there and defending his country. Whether he's actually engaging in battle, or if he's there just to lift the morality of the soldiers, but he's serving his country. We've seen those tears. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the tears now from Devin Haney with his grandmother. You know, she's been dealing with some version of cancer. She had like the oxygen tank on. I seen her sick in another video that Bill Haney made a while back, and he was just talking some slick shit. And grandma was sitting on the thing with his mom, Bill Haney's mom, Devin Haney's grandma, and she was sitting there like, I told him to whip his ass. So she can talk some shit. She's from Detroit, and she built tough, Ford tough. You know, you can kind of see where they get their shit talking from a little bit. And you got to see how, you know, Devin Haney is like a grandma's boy, you know. And you can see Devin Haney had a privileged life growing up. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I salute it. But he's going through a hard time watching his grandma, you know, battle cancer. But she's setting an example on how to handle adversity and put your best foot forward and keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? She was like, I'm not in my fighting shape. You know what I mean? So shouts out to Devin Haney's grandmother, you know. Now we got to see the blood. The blood that's going to be shed in the ring. And that's what I expect and what I hope to see. I want to see some busted noses. I want to see some swole up eyes. I want to see some cuts on the face. I want to see some blood and some guts. I want to see a war. And I know Devin Haney is a boxing virtuoso, works behind his jab, likes to keep things nice and clean. Lomachenko is a sharpshooter as well. But after him fighting Salido and after him, having a tough fight with Lenores and a loss to Lopez, I think he's learned how to keep things a little bit more rough too. Jermaine Ortiz, he got in there and was doing some rough house boxing. He'd get in close and he'll hit you with anything. He'd get open and he's not going to just clinch up. So I want to see some elbows. I want to see some headbutts. I want to see some clean punching. I'm going to tell you like this. Lomachenko don't fight nothing like Kambosos. I watched Kambosos 2 versus Devin Haney. Kambosos jumping in with these wild hooks and falling into the ropes. Lomachenko jumps in with straight punches and combinations on angles. Totally different fighter. Devin Haney, I watched him fight Kambosos last night. I watched Lomachenko fight Lopez last night. Lopez has that power and size advantage. Dominated Lomachenko. Devin Haney has a size advantage, speed advantage, and he's probably stronger. But I don't know if he has that same power. When I watched him training in blood, sweat, and tears, Haney looked stronger, but it looked like to me, Lomachenko has more power and explosive punches. So, to me, that still says we got a close fight on our hands. We got a veteran, with experience, with good punching power, that made a couple of guys no mas and that dropped and stopped Lenores and beat Luke Campbell, got beat by Lopez, then he beat Masayoshi Nakatani, then he beat Richard Comey, some Teofimo Lopez leftovers, and he had a tough fight with his training partner, Jermaine Ortiz, after he had been on a hiatus helping his countrymen in war, came back, fought Jermaine Ortiz, knocked off a little bit of rust, and now he says he's going to be ready for Devin Haney. Devin Haney's going to be young, big, strong, fast, got all the momentum behind him. He's an undisputed champion. He has a point to prove. He doesn't like Lomachenko for making him wait for 4 years. Now he's going to make him pay. And he's trying to make a statement because he knows that even though he's undisputed and fighting a former unified champion, pound for pound guy at one point in time, he knows that this fight is not getting him the same recognition that Tank fight got him beating Ryan Garcia. So you can't shine like Tank and Ryan Garcia, meaning you have to outgrind Tank and Ryan Garcia. Put in that work, grind, and do whatever you have to do to win this fight in the most impressive fashion as you possibly can. And then we'll see you on the other side. Best man win. Win, lose, or draw. I tip my hat. Salute. Bow. Nocturnal thoughts. Those are my thoughts. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. I'm gone. Bow.